Today I'd like to do something different. I'd like to have you peek over my shoulder and watch me create a digital work of art while we talk about no limits. So let's get started. So why no limits? I don't know about you, but in the past I had limiting beliefs that were stopping me from achieving what I needed to achieve. And, to create the life that I wanted. And I needed to work on that, and I knew that that's what I needed to work on most of all, especially in my art career. For some reason, I didn't have these limiting beliefs when it came to my commercial art or my art direction when I was in fashion, or even when I started my web design business. I didn't have any limiting beliefs with that for some reason. Maybe it was because it was commercial work. With this body of work that I'm doing now, and with the previous work that I did, that is more of a personal thing, and I guess I didn't think that people would care enough about what I was doing to actually purchase anything. So that was a limiting belief. My work wasn't good enough, or I was hearing these voices from my past that were telling me that you can't make money as an artist. If you're an artist, you get it. You've been hearing it your whole life. You cannot make money as an artist. So when I really started doing the law of attraction, I started doing that many, many years ago when I lived in New York, long before The Secret. I was reading lots of books. I didn't know it was called Law of Attraction, but it was about creative visualization and how you can visualize the life that you want. And it used to work for me all the time. And I used to even do silly things like visualize a parking space. And my cousin was always like, how do you do that? How do you find a parking space where nobody else can find one? But this always worked for me. So about 8 years ago, I started realizing that I needed to change these limiting beliefs that I had. And I went back to this creative visualization idea after seeing The Secret and a few other movies that I watched. Wayne Dyer had one, I think it was something about a shift. And I enjoyed watching those, and it was inspiring, but how do I apply that to my daily life? And no surprise, but that's what led me to doing this kind of artwork. As I was concentrating on all of these daily practice of trying to change my mindset, this idea of incorporating this into my artwork just sort of sprung into my mind one day. So I'm not going to imply that I changed my mindset overnight, but doing this artwork and making this change made a big difference because I was combining it with my passion. And so I was working on it on a daily basis because I do my passion on a daily basis. So I was constantly coming up with new ideas. First I thought, I'm not going to be able to sustain this going forward because I'll run out of ideas. And oh my God, no, I have never run out of ideas. And as a matter of fact, I have a notebook that I keep all my ideas in case I forget them. Start doing the work today because it takes time. It does take time. But now it comes naturally to me to think more positive. And the more I believe that I can make it as an artist, the more I sell. It's just been miraculous. So no limits also applies to people who live in fear. So a lot of times, and this is, a lot of the visualization for no limits is mountain climbing and, marathon running and all those kinds of things, physical limits of the body. And in this case, we're talking about more of your mind stopping you from from doing things. And I guess even something physical, like any of us could probably run a marathon if we have two legs that work. So, but what stops some of us from doing it is that we think we can't. We say, I can't do that. Or we say, I can't do anything, or I don't do anything right. And we say lots of negative things over and over and over again. And that negativity leaves us in this place of fear that we're not going to be successful. Like, let's not try to do that because we might not be successful. Now I'm going to tell you my personal story, and that is this channel and shooting these videos at my age with my gray hair. You know, why do I think anybody would want to listen to me? You know, these are the thoughts that were going on in my mind. Why would anybody want to hear me talk about my artwork? Why would anybody want to hear me talk about how I changed my mindset? So I immediately, when I realized this is a fear, I'm not doing this. I haven't started doing this, even though I had this idea a couple of years ago. I have not started doing this because I'm afraid I won't be successful. And this channel is far from successful at this point. It's only, I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this, and I haven't quite figured out yet how you get traffic, but I'm determined. And that's a word that's in this artwork. I am determined to figure it out and to make it happen. Is there something in your life that you would like to be determined to figure out, that you would like to do no matter what, even though other people tell you you can't? Have you figured out what that is yet? What is your purpose? What is it that's stopping you from creating the life that you want? Have you figured that out yet? Give it some thought. Put something in the comments below, please. Share your thoughts with me. I would love to hear from you. Here are the words that are in this digital artwork that I'm creating. There are no limits to what I can achieve. Once I decide on an action, nothing can stop me. I am determined to succeed, determined to live a happy life. The sky is not the limit for me. Okay, so the entire body is finished. I have decided to leave a few of these little black strips just as strips with no type in them. I think it's gonna be better that way. My background, what I decided to do was do a more graphic background like I've done in the past, and so I've already created that. And I decided to add some, the name of this one is No Limits, and there's all the words and the phrases are about no limits. So I decided to add it this way as well, so you know right away what it is. Originally, I wanted to put it inside the bathing suit bottom, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I decided to change it. I'm following the curve of her body, and here the curve of a circle. The background was created with just graphic shapes and some transparency to make them, sort of pop and blend into each other color-wise. And let me see, let's turn this all back on. So now I've created some patterns, and I want to put a pattern in her bathing suit. So over here you'll see I have a couple that I was playing with. There's another one too. So all I have to do is click on the bathing suit bottom and select the pattern, and the top, and select the pattern. And so that is how I create my digital artwork. So this is the finished work of art. And these are prints that I create on my Canon printer. And as you could see, this is a very popular color palette for me, as you could see. But anyway, These fit in a 13 by 19 frame without a mat. The border here is like 11 by 17, so if you have a larger frame that has a mat with an 11 by 17 opening, it fits in there as well. And I sell these on shop.susanclifton.com. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.